Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to Chikapokapo Heliport, Masui, Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. And we're here thanks to Parallel 42, as this is part of their new Victoria Falls pack that they've just released. Parallel 42 are just masters of immersion and creating these kind of scenes. And we're going to be taking a flight around in the area just to give you an idea of what it's all about. But it's kind of cool. It's nice to have somewhere different to fly in, and this covers quite a large area. In fact, one of the challenges with making a video like this is I don't want to show you everything, because part of the fun of this kind of stuff is discovering it yourself. But we are going to do a tour. We are going to have a look around, and we're going to start off here. We've arrived here early in the day with the chaps ready to take the helicopter. I think this is probably one of the best ways of seeing the scenery, and this is why there are so many helicopter tours around here. And trust me when I say there is a huge amount of scenery packed into this. Just to give you an idea, on the Zimbabwe side of the river, we've got Kazangula Airfield, we've got Elephant Hills Heliport, we've got Chikapokapo Heliport, which is where we are now. We've got Masui Heliport, which is what's on the other side of the road. We've got Big Four Heliport, we've got River Rapids 19, and on the Zambia side, rather, we've got Rapids 10, Gnashing Jaws of Death Rapid. That's an enticing place, isn't it? Tata Falcon Lodge, Jet Extreme Boats Camp, Rapids 19 River Bush Camp, Baobab Camp Airfield, Batoka Airfield and Heliport, Baobab Camp Heliport, and Maramba River Airfield. There is just a huge amount, and that's on top of the fact that they've also modelled Victoria Falls in a highly detailed way, and that's what we're going to see. So whole bunch of stuff to see, and we're going to see it in the gorgeous new Taog's Hangar Huey. I'm absolutely in love with this helicopter. Flown it a little bit, flew it on a group flight the other night. Yes, we have a Discord where we do group flights and all sorts of things. Put a link down below. And it's a lovely helicopter. So this is also good practice for me because there's plenty of places to land on this route. And, so there you go. I'm making a video. I'm getting some practice. And we are going to see some absolutely stunning scenery. I haven't seen it myself. I've literally installed the scenery, jumped into the helicopter here, and just done these shots that you're seeing in the intro, but I haven't seen the rest of it. So you and I are going to discover it together as we fly around in the Huey. Anyway, it's early morning. We got here early. We're a little bit bleary-eyed. We're going to run off and get some coffee, and then we're going to come back a little bit later and start those blades turning. See you in a little bit. Right, here we go. We've imbibed some caffeine. We are feeling good to go. You're not saying much, are you, fella? Do you know what? I do sometimes worry that my co-pilots don't seem to exhibit much enthusiasm or confidence in my flying, but not to worry. We're going to be absolutely fine. There is nothing to worry about. I have flown this Huey just a little bit. Right, so let's get going. So first things first, have a quick look up here. That's all good. And a quick look down here. Let's just make sure that that is all the way over there. Blah, blah, blah. That's good. Right, let's have the battery on. Starter generator is on. That's good. Essential bus there. AC phase there. Inverter is off. Let's have some lights. We'll have the anti-collisions on, and we'll have position lights steady. That's good. Right, let's have... you may be wondering, by the way, why the low RPM alarm didn't go off. Normally, if you're doing a cold and start in the Huey, it will go off. This here that we're on is a helipad. So when I loaded into the sim, I had to close everything down. And for some reason, that means that when I'm restarting, when I'm putting the battery back on, I'm not getting that low RPM warning. But you would have to just kind of flick that just to turn it off before it sent you absolutely up the wall. Quick look over here. We've got the hydraulics are set. The force trim is set. That's fine. Chip detector is set to both. Happy with that. Fuel on. Start to hear that wind up a little bit. Okay, another quick look down here to see that we've not done anything silly. That's good. And let's start out now. I will try and be as quiet as I can so that you can listen to it without me waffling on. But we need to, essentially what we're going to do is hold on to the starter switch here until this gets to 40%, and then we can let go and introduce a bit of fuel, and hey presto, we've got an engine. So I'm just holding that left click down now. Motor's starting to turn. Releasing starter now, introducing a little bit of fuel, and then we'll pop up here. We'll have the inverter onto normal. Isn't that sound just absolutely gorgeous? Taog just got it spot on. It is beautiful. I love it. It's one of the iconic things about the Huey, of course, is the sound, and they just seem to have captured it. On the group flight the other night, we had, I lost count of how many Hueys, but we had Hueys, Chinooks, we had a Bell 407, we had a Cabri, we had a Lynx even, but that's a little bit hush-hush. If you're on the Discord, you know what that's about. It was just absolutely fantastic. Oh, we had an Alouette as well, not forgetting the Alouette. Really was a great flight. Talking about the Discord, we post screenshots, we talk about aeroplanes, warbirds, general aviation, helicopters, all that sort of thing. There's the photography section. Just a really good bunch of blokes. There's also a like a community help section, so if you've got any sim questions or anything like that, you can pop them in there as well. Really useful thing. Used to be called Dreams of Wings, it's now called the Aerodrome, because it's more about the community of people who are into the same thing rather than some YouTuber. There you go. YouTubers. Yes, I know, I am one. Well, sort of. Right. Everything's looking good there. Oil's good, fuel pressure's good. We haven't got any nasty orange lights down here. We can do a quick test of the caution panel just to see that everything is lighting up, and it is. We can do a quick fire detection test. That's all tickety-boo. Okay. Right, on y va. Journey with the collective. Just bring it back a little bit. Somewhere down here. We just need to zoom in on my map a little bit. Oh yeah, it's over here, isn't it? There we go. Let's come this way. Should see some elephants. There they are. so I'm not going to go right overhead, but we can try and get a good enough view. LOD making him disappear for a moment there. Right, let's head on course. So yeah, it's really nice to see some different scenery. I do most of my flying in the UK, and Parallel 42 have done some really good scenery over in the States. You may have seen it on some videos on this channel. So this is a really interesting one. They've come over here and they've chosen something that is quite so iconic. I want to say that I did have a look at this in the sim a long time ago. It may have been after, I think, perhaps there was a world update or something like that. But I came to have a look at Victoria Falls just to see what it was like. And I want to say there was a bit of a glitch in it, but maybe, God, maybe this is going back a long time ago. Back in the early days of MSFFFF. So it would be great to see what Parallel 42 have done with it. This simulator is just fantastic for looking at scenery. The world is just so alive, and to see it from a helicopter as well is just great. You can just see, there we go, that's where we started off from, just over there. Might not be able to see it. So the ability to explore like this is just fantastic. What do you think, mate? He reminds me very much of my co-pilot in the H-145. If you know the channel, then you know that we do lots of different HEMS missions, and he's a little bit like that, a little bit like, Christ, who rotated me with this guy today? This helicopter is just gorgeous, it really is. If you're thinking of getting it, you don't need me to review it, just buy it. Honestly, it's gorgeous, really nice to fly, very, very atmospheric, plenty of customizable bits and bobs. I'm sure you know this because the Huey's been out now for a little bit, but you can use the clipboard to add things, lots of liveries, different variants. You've got the military variant. I thought I'd choose something a bit different for this video. So we've got the high skid rescue helicopter. So we are now coming up on, and this is where I need to zoom the map in, and apologies for any terrible pronunciations that you're going to witness in this video. There we go, let's start flying again. We are coming up on Kazangula Airfield, which is one of the things that they've added into the sim. Here we go. We will just say hello to the guys here. With a lovely blade slap. there's a nice little bush airfield there. Oh, we have got a levitating truck. Don't see many of those in Africa. If you do, well worth documenting. And who knows, someone might add it to a safari. So we are now heading over to what's this one? Elephant Hills Heliport, and there looks to be quite a lot around here. So this is looks like quite a nice kind of tourist development. So it should be interesting to see how that looks. I've also got SimFX loaded up, by the way, so this is where we're getting these contrails from, and also some of the ground effect as well. It's a nice little add-on if you had some really nice finishing touches to the sim. I should say at this point a huge thank you to Parallel 42 for giving me the opportunity to show you this pack in the sim. They are, as I'm sure you know, very innovative. They've got the Freedom Fox and the Fox 2, of course. They've got the Juice Goose. They've got some cracking scenery and some brilliant apps. Flow, which, of course, we have. There we go. Use Flow instead of that god-awful menu bar. This is Victoria Falls Safari Club. Now you just see the mist over there. That is where Victoria Falls is. I'm sure I read that you can, in reality, you can see that something like 50 miles away. So there's the resort over there. Let's just zoom that in a little bit on the map so I can see what I'm looking at. So that's Elephant Hills Resort. There's the helipad. Getting a little bit of stuttering. I don't know if that's the scenery or if it's just oh, here's another. This is what Big 4 heliport down there. I seem to be having issues at the moment with Microsoft Flight Simulator, from the odd stutters to at times some quite long pauses, which is a real pain in the backside, I have to say. Let's come back round again and let's have another look at that resort. That looks quite stunning, doesn't it? I've handily got the names on the ground as well, so you can actually see what it is. But yeah, you imagine staying in this hotel and taking a helicopter flight from there, and I'm looking at the falls. Let's just bring it over the hotel. I'm sure the manager won't mind. It's quite nicely modelled, isn't it? There's some nice detail on that. Inviting. They won't mind me just having a quick orbit round. Might just cool them off. Very nice. Okay, let's mind the mast. Hey. That's it. Well done. That would be a bit embarrassing. So now we're going to head off and look at some wildlife. There we have some more elephants. See what they've done there, because they're animated, but they've got to stay in one position. Every now and again it resets. So that's why you saw that blinking back there. But it certainly adds some ambience. So we'll head across the Zambezi River here, and And I believe we should see some hippos. We're going to see some hippos! Nothing. Nothing at all. He's saying no, just watch where you're flying. There's the hippos. Hippos saying, do you know what? That's probably quite the worst helicopter flying I think I've seen in this area, don't you think? Humphrey, I would have to say I agree with you. I think his rotary skills are obviously somewhat lacking. We're used to much higher standards. Which just goes to prove you can never please a hippo. That's today's advice. Lovely. Wildlife. Okay, let's head across this way now. You kind of see what I mean about exploring. I mean, you know this anyway. You're watching this because you fly in the simulator. Exploring is just such great fun. And a helicopter is a great way to do it. I didn't really do much with helicopters in previous sims. But this sim just absolutely lends itself to it. There's so many different places to visit. The scenery is interesting enough to fly around like this. I mean, even this kind of thing has got an atmosphere about it. Now we're coming up on some more wildlife up this way. We've just got to cross this Armouth River. And I can't remember what this is. This might be elephants, possibly giraffes. Who knows what it could be? But we're about to find out. Where are they? There they are. The elephants, I think. Away from them, don't want to scare them. Morning, chaps. Right, on y va. So now we are going to Batoka Airfield and Heliport, which is just over here, and I'm going to do a landing just for a bit of practice. Oh, hello! I can see something. We've got some more wildlife. Scoot along here. Yeah, more elephants. I'm getting excited by the helicopter. I wonder what goes through an elephant's head as the helicopter flies overhead. I guess they're kind of used to them in a way, especially somewhere like here. But still, it's a bit unusual, isn't it? So this is Batoka, which has saved us from my waffling. I haven't got multiplayer on, and I haven't got any AI running around, so we're quite safe just to mess around and have a look and see what this looks like. Actually come down this way a bit. Sim doing a very nasty pause there. So I'm not going to aim for the helipads because I want us to actually have a look further in. So let's do that. Tricycle doodah with a prop on the back. Nice little bar there. Hello everybody. You alright? You having a good time? Yeah, don't worry about me. Actually, let's come in over here. That's it. Ease it in, kicking up some dust. Just remember, this is the high skid. So I'm going to touch down a little bit higher than I expected. There we go. Oh, let's have a wee look outside. So there we are. Apart from kicking up some dust and annoying the hell out of everyone here, I have landed short. How embarrassing. So that's just something to remember. I often do find, actually, with the helicopters, or some of the helicopters, that you often feel like you're closer to the or close to the centre of a helipad than you actually are. But I guess if I just move my head that way, you can actually see. That's pretty crap. If I'd looked properly, then I would have seen that. So where are we going to go from here? Next is where is it? Is Baobab Camp Airport. Let's head over there. So we'll just pretend that we pick some people up, haven't we? Yeah, he's still not talking. Right, let's aviate. Just back it up a bit. Keep it stable. And let's move on. Lovely jubbly. Beautiful helicopter this is. I can't say it enough. For me it's, as you know, if you follow the channel, I love the high performance group H-145 and 160, which is kind of strange because I'm not really a fan of glass cockpits. But in those helicopters it's that helionics avionics system that Airbus use, coupled with the action pack expansion in the H-145, it just works beautifully and all comes together. And this is the, I guess this for me is almost an alternative when I don't want to do that kind of flying. I've got this wonderfully analog, gorgeous old girl to fly around. Same with the Llama. The Taog's Hangar Llama is just gorgeous as well. So here we are on Baobab. For some reason my mouth wants to go in a different direction with that word, but let's have a look what we got. Blade slapping, lovely sound, isn't it? I'm sure if you're not really into helicopters, that probably means absolutely nothing to you, but you can't beat a bit of blade slap. There's an interesting little place. So you see what I mean? I'm trying to show you a flavour of what it's all about, but without absolutely showing you the detail, because there is so much to explore yourself. And then over here it looks like we've got the camp, Baobab Camp and Cottages. Oh, that looks nice. Down by the lake. Got some more helipads there. It's nicely modelled. Yeah, look at that. Lovely little bar. Very nice. Now, back over here. Believe it or not, I do have a flight plan, and we'll come back over this way. More elephants and baby elephants. This is a little bit like flying with David Attenborough, isn't it? The level of detail you're getting on the wildlife. Maybe I should turn it into a series. Maybe not. I hear you cry. For the love of God, don't start doing a wildlife series. Now we're getting closer. There's a little tour boat. And we are coming up to the edge here. Just slowing up a little bit so we can fully appreciate it. It is 1,708 metres wide and 108 metres tall, and it's bigger than Niagara Falls. So this is one big waterfall. There's a little pool that you can see on some videos on YouTube. I think it's called Devil's Pool or something like that, which is right on the edge, and you can, if you're very brave, you can actually go into it. And yeah, I don't think I would do that. I'm all for having a dip. Don't get me wrong, but having a dip right next to a precipice of a 108 metre tall waterfall is not my idea of fun. Right, just going to come over here. So we just can really get to appreciate this up close. You can only really do this in a helicopter, which is what makes it wonderful. And this just caught my eye over here, these rocks. There's the edge. So we've got another resort over here. This is what's that? Havani Victoria Falls Resort. Hello everybody! Don't worry, just me, flying my helicopter. Yes, everything's okay. Very nice. Another lovely little bar down there. Right, let's go and have a look from down here and see what this actually looks like. Just, good God, look at that. I'm trying to fly the helicopter and look as well. Let's just concentrate a moment. Look at that. Amazing. Right. Excuse me a moment while I fly. Because I've got so busy gawping. With helicopters, it's very much being kind of tuned into it, and I think it's one of the reasons why I love them. You get this feeling of being connected to it. But as soon as that connection gets broken because you're gawping at scenery or something like that, the helicopter says, well, all right, mate, if you're not paying attention, I'm going to go this way. And that's kind of what happened there. Look at that! Motorised hang glider. How cool. And that must be part of the scenery because I've got no AI or anything like that on. Right, let's just keep away from the falls. Let's fly down this way. Don't want to go too fast. But we do need enough speed so that if we want to get out of here quickly, we can do. Getting a little bit close to the left edge there. Look at just the extent of this. Okay, let's just pop out. Really is an enormous feature. Right, just keeping an eye on that motorised hang glider. We don't want to get in his way. Let's have a look over here. And the river just kind of snakes down, so that's where we're going to head now, is come back round. We've got the bridge here, Victoria Falls Bridge. There's a helipad. There's a helipad. We've got to go there. We've got to land there. Oh, look at that. Right, hang on. We're going to have to... there's bungee jumping going on. That'd ruin your day, wouldn't it? Bungee jump into the rotors of a helicopter. So we're not going to do that. Quite something. You might want to rewind to see that, but the guy literally jumped off. Okay, let's concentrate. Completely messed that up, so I'm going to come round and do that again. That kind of started oscillating, which is never a good thing. Spending far too much time gawping at this gorgeous scenery rather than actually trying to fly, but well, that's what we're here for, so let's do that. Okay, let's come back round again. A little bit low for the helipad. Trying to keep some visibility as well. Get it down first. There we go. I think what's interesting about, obviously a lot about landing a helicopter is peripheral vision, and to get an idea of what you're actually doing. And I've realised now with that edge, I wasn't kind of getting much feedback from that, but let's have a look. Well, that's not bad. It could have been a bit more central, I guess. We're certainly not falling off, but with a bit more practice I could probably sort that out, get that a bit better. Let's go and have a look at this bungee. You nutter. Absolute nutter. Yeah, I cannot even begin to imagine doing that, you know. I've got no issue with being in aeroplanes, no issues with feeling, you know, any kind of scared of heights or anything like that, but yeah, the idea of jumping off a bridge on the end of a Lassie band is, yeah, no thank you. Right, I will concentrate on me flying, bear with me. This away. How the river snakes down after the falls. Follow this canyon. Reminds me in a way of Clifford Design's scenery, and there's just so much to look at, so much to explore. The way they've just tweaked things, added rocks so that it looks more realistic, really does add a nice touch to it. And some of them are subtle touches that you only just realise as you're flying over it, that it's adding that extra realism, like those light coloured rocks down there. That definitely isn't default. Expecting a bit more. There it is. Blade slappage. Sweet music. So we're going to follow this down, and at some point down here we're going to hit Rapids 10, the gnashing jaws of, and I can't read the rest of it, I think it was death. Hello, what's that? A little raft? Yeah, look at that. Little dinghy. Well done, you nutters. Hey, that actually looks quite good fun. This is a lovely little spot, isn't it? So, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Somewhere. There it is. There's a little helipad there and a little some picnic tables by the looks of it. Oh, why the hell not? Let's land there. Bit more practice for me. If you get bored with the landings, you can always skip forward a little bit. Let's watch the edge there. Gained a huge amount of height, which wasn't great. So made it harder for myself. There we go. So the wind is there. So I'm going to descend with the nose into wind and then just kick it round at the last minute. What is the wind? 11 knots. Okay. A bit more than I thought. Let's watch the tree. There's something interesting going on here, which I'm going to have to look at when we land. But my collective... Yeah, let's abort this. For some reason my collective is behaving strangely. I was almost at full extent on the collective lever then, on my physical lever that is, and didn't seem to be having much of an effect, so I'm going to come back round. Look at those rocks. Absolutely amazing. And let's have another look at this. Too high. Yeah. Could be getting into a bit of a vortex ring state there. Let's have a look. Just being ever so gentle. Not a great position to be in, if I'm honest. Because I haven't really got any visibility of the helipad. And having the rock face in front of you doesn't really give you much feedback, so whoa, 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 whoa. Let's do that again. This is one of the things I love about helicopters. It's just when you think you've got it nailed, you find something a little bit tricky, which I love. Don't know if it's much entertainment for you guys. See, again, we're way too high. Let's come back round. Let's lose some speed. Again. tricky one. This is a tricky one. Not helped by the fact that you lose visibility. And unless you've tried it, Christ, I'm right on the edge. Let's have a look. Oh! Just about. Just about. Yeah, unless you've tried it, it's hard to describe, but lack of visibility and trying to feel what the helicopter is doing. Of course, in the sim, we don't have any physical feedback, so you are only going off what you're seeing. So you're looking at the scenery around you to try and understand what is the helicopter doing. Is it going backwards? Is it going forwards? Is it going left? Is it going right? And also put it down on a little helipad like that. So that's actually quite tricky. That's a nice little challenge. That I'm glad I went for it, even though it's probably taken up a lot of this video time. But that was good fun for me anyway. Okay, let's go. Gonna straight away start moving away from these trees and rocks, and let's head off downriver. I just realised we're going the wrong way. What an idiot. Myself my own flight plan here, so we'll just we could have gone round that way actually. Lovely blades that. Little camp down there, another little helipad. So we're coming up on Tater, what was it? Tater Falcon Lodge. That rock sticking out there. Now, there it is. Let's just come out of the canyon and have a look at that. Yeah, if you've not tried helicopters, I would urge you to give it a try. It's a really nice challenge. As I say, it wasn't something I was really into before. God, that must be spectacular. Imagine being there. Those views. Yeah, it's a really nice challenge. And a great way to see scenery. In a way that you just can't do in fixed wing. You can't just fly around somewhere like here and just think, you know, I'm going to land there. Well, you can if you're in certain aircraft and you have the right terrain, something like the Freedom Fox, the Fox 2, maybe a bush plane where you had a nice short flat area you could put it down. But generally, it's a helicopter that's going to get you into some of these harder to reach places. enjoying yourself? Yeah, still nothing. Hard to please. Be thinking, if only you'd let me fly once in a while. So this is coming up on River Rapids 19 bush camp up ahead. Nice shadow of the Huey down there. What an iconic helicopter this is. When I was a kid, I had a Spectrum 48K, and I kind of had a couple of flight sims on that. Tomahawk, digital integration, fighter pilot, Scion flight simulator, and I remember seeing an ad for, and I can't remember the developer, but it was Super Huey, and you could do rescue stuff, and it never actually came out on the Spectrum as far as I'm aware, and I was gutted. Look at that, lovely little place. But I've always liked the Huey ever since. Obviously it's iconic in war films. It's hard not to mention Apocalypse Now, of course. I chose to do a non-military livery, if you like, with this, just to do something a little bit different. I've been flying the military variants mainly, and I thought I'd give myself a bit of a rest with those and fly a rescue helicopter. What are you flying at the moment, by the way? Always interested to know what people are flying, especially if you're flying the Huey. Love to know what you think of it. And if there are any real-world Huey pilots out there who've got experience who also have the Huey in the sim. I did see one comment from a guy who flew Hueys, I believe in the war in Vietnam, and he was saying that Taog had done a really cracking job of the Huey in the sim. And also, of course, if you have been to Victoria Falls in real life, I'd love to know what you think. So we're coming up on our final destination. Our final destination. See, I can't even talk. And this is Jet Extreme Boats Camp. This is the kind of final piece that I can see anyway of the scenery. And I just noticed something there. I'm being a little bit careful because I'm trying to see where it is, but I'm sure I saw a cable car which is now hidden by the body of the helicopter, which is very clever. Let's just gently see what we can see. There's the edge there. Camp down there. I'm trying to... There's the cable car. Look at that. Let's just go up at the top. Whack in some collective so we can climb. Our helipad's probably up here. See if we can, there it is. Yeah, just come over the top. Okay. Let's just come round. So wind is coming from the east. So I want to come this way. Is down there, it is, you can see it. Okay, a better job of this. Again, we're coming in with not much immediate terrain. We've got the gorge across the way, but I don't know how much that's going to help. Trying to keep the helipad in sight, trying to keep a reasonable rate of descent and forward speed, but there's so many objects close to that helipad I can't afford to mess about. Come on. It's misbehaving a little bit. Did actually touch down for a moment then, but I lifted off because I wanted to try and centre it a bit more. Let's have a look at that. I feel like I'm over the edge. Look at that. Atrocious parking. But at least we're a bit more lined up with the H of the helipad, so that's not too bad. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the flight as much as I did. Thank you for your patience while I was doing some practice landings and all that sort of stuff. It's always a good way to dial into a helicopter anyway, trying to do kind of more precision landings in some interesting terrain. So I got a lot out of that, and yeah, I know what to focus on more in terms of my flying training in the Huey. Anyway, wonderful to have you along. I hope you enjoyed the scenery. Of course, I'll put a link to it down below. And I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.